be here now. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the invisible world of Jeremy Jonz, where all things are possible when you believe. So hang on, here we go. Let's do this. I have a story to finish with you, don't I? That's why we're here, the story of me wrestling a dragon. I thought the dragon was the ski run, here be dragons. But the dragon wasn't on the slopes. It was inside of me. I'm happy you joined me. Me? I am Jeremy Jonz. And this is the invisible world of Jeremy Jonz, a place where dreamers and makers transcend illusions. And we just arrived together at episode 48. Here be dragons, part 3. Let's get back to our story. Story time, story time, story time. All right. So you have me, sweaty and spent and lost up there on Here Be Dragons Double Black Diamond Ski Run. You'll remember where we left off. I just yelled back to Todd. I yelled, I can't! Yep, that was me. I can't. I just can't. Too hard. Too steep. I was stuck. I couldn't switch back sideways anymore, being cut off by the avalanche fences. It was too steep to bail and climb back out. And obviously, down felt impossible as well. Stuck. Between you and me, let's keep this between us, I've been stuck at other points in my life too. There's been times where the mountain of debt felt too steep. Times where I let myself get overwhelmed and stressed by circumstantial elements. Not by the magnitude of my problems, but by the lack of connection to the true core inside me. I couldn't access the 27 million degree nucleus core. That was the real problem. I even, one hundy, I even doubted if it was in me. Maybe I got skipped over. There was a time I remember I felt so overwhelmed and stressed and lost. I remember, why am I sharing this? I remember crying in the shower. Sitting on the stone shower tile, just crying. Not sniffle cry like, this is hard. I mean like bawling, sobbing, convulsive, lost crying. I feel awkward sharing that. So, just keeping it 100. That's what I promised, right? That's what I promised you, Jonz. I'm a man, like grown man. It's modern age. It's okay to cry these days, like when my dog Panther died. Love you, Panther. But this was just a complete emotional tailspin, like mayday, mayday, like a fall apart thing. It was a time I got super scared and I didn't know what to do. That was terrible. Let's move on. Cache that story for some other day. Let's move on. Anyways, okay. Other times where I can't pay off this debt, get good grades. I can't ask that person out because they're too hot. I can't make the team. Can't retire yet. I wish I could retire. Here I am. I'm working. I'm old. I can't retire. I can't grow my business. I've tried everything. I even hired a coach. Come on, coach, help me out. I can't find any property to buy. I can't flip this property or that one. Lost money on the last one. I can't travel the world. Not me. I'm stuck here, the guy with the blank passport, and I definitely can't figure out this toxic relationship. Trust me, I have tried. I have tried, and it will never work. You're skiing back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and sweaty and sideways, and it's exhausting and you're sweaty. And for all that effort, there's like no actual progress to show. But meantime, right? Meantime, others, they go ripping by, spraying you with snow across your goggles as they holla and pull a tail grab. Like, good for you, that's great. But me? What's wrong with me? I tried hard. I tried to dive in. I tried to believe in my golden tickets. Right? I tried to not be Veruca. I tried to not be Greedy Augustus Group. I try to be good old Charlie Bucket and do things right, make good on my golden ticket opportunities. But still, Mr. Wonka, bro never shows up and tosses me the keys to the factory. Like, that hasn't happened for me. I hand him. I even show up and I hand him the everlasting gobstopper. I did it. Good guy. Nice guy, the whole thing. But he just says, "Thanks, Charlie." Puts it on his desk. And then that's the end of the story. Oh, and Charlie, yeah, have a nice day. Oh. Jeremy, Todd says, just try one more time. I can't, Todd, okay? I can't. Jeremy, just try one more time. I looked away. I didn't want to be on this mountain anymore. Jeremy, I bet you feel like this is too much. Like you have to ski down this whole run and it seems scary. Like it's just too much. But guess what? You don't have to, Todd says. Finally, like that's what I've been waiting for. Here we go. So long, dragon. I knew Todd would eventually offer some sort of escape hatch. I just had to hold out, right? Order up a rescue mission, baby. Maybe he would just throw me over his shoulder after all, right? And that got my attention. I look back at him, finally catching my breath. Todd has the ability, the resources, the skills, the certifications, the experience to do all that stuff. It's no problem for him to get me off of this. But then the plot thickens. He said, yeah, all I need you to do is to make one good turn and then come to a stop. He finally had, by this time, it's been 3 episodes, bro has finally sidestepped all the way back up to me. He's right by my side. Jonz, just follow my tracks. Just make one good turn. And then you can rest. We can stop. And please stop looking to that side and over there to the other side. Stop putting your focus and effort on finding a good place to fall. See, you're doing this leaning back, hunched over thing where all the weight transfers behind your bindings to the back of your skis. It actually makes you go faster, not slower, but with no control because you can't steer. You can't direct the tips of your skis if your weight is all the way back there on your tails. You can tell if that's what bro skiers call like the back of your skis, your tails. Okay. Todd goes on, you're also spending too much energy falling and getting back up. Instead, we need to preserve those calories and spend the calories to navigate safely down this hill. If you are shaky and adrenaline is out of control, that's when more mistakes can happen. I suck in big drags of air like it was my last cigarette. Okay, Todd. Okay. The crispy air expands my lungs, my eyesight expands my hope, and I start believing. Just a little. I'm not believing in getting down the mountain. I'm believing in just this little turn, just this little 4 feet down and then stop. Like that's... I know it seems counterintuitive, Jeremy. It seems scary to lean forward, to lean down the mountain. This is a steep one. But when you put your weight on the front of your tips, they dig into the powder. It's your steering wheel. You can make sharper turns and stop and control your speed, more control. It's actually safer. Not to the side, not diagonally, but you point those tips straight down and trust your feet. When you lean into it, it's easier to figure it out. I promise, Jonz. You can trust me. I'm not asking you to ski down the whole mountain, Jeremy. All I'm asking you is to make one good turn and stop. That's how we are going to get down this mountain. One good turn at a time. Todd's belief in me was the bridge. It got me over the steep chasm. He was standing right near me now. I knew that he was not going to help me back up. I had to do that part. I got up. Okay, Todd. Okay. I nod. I can do that. I can make one good turn. Good. I already knew you could. He winks. Let's slay this dragon, shall we? Okay, Jonz. Okay, you can do this. I rub my skis back and forth like I'm trying to whittle a fire, warming up my soul again. You can do this. You can do this. Just make one turn and then you can stop. I sigh. Exhaling the last little bit of stress. Weight in front. Point down. Ooh, that's steep. Point down. Trust your feet. Trust your feet. I think I can. That's steep. I think I can. I glide through the powder. I make a solid 6-foot downturn. I lean forward the best I can. I steer in to a stop and I rest. I am completely ecstatic. I am bonkers. I want to river dance across the mountain and shout to everybody, you think electricity and indoor plumbing is cool? You think AI is cool? Come over here and let me show you how to make one good turn on a double black. I wait 10 seconds. Then one more turn, 6 feet down, and I rest. Todd yells a bunch of positive encouragement. I'm so excited. I'm grateful. Yes, Jeremy, yes, one good turn. That's all. I make another rest. Good, Jeremy, I knew it, yes. Okay, those poles you're carrying around, those aren't just for looks. Let's put those to work. Now that you're getting your one good turn, I want you to take one pole that faces down the mountain, and I want you to reach out with your pole. And I show him a reach. No, he shouts back. That's still too safe, too timid. I need you to reach out with your hand. Grip the pole. Reach out until it feels like you're gonna fall over. And then you stab it down as far as you can in front of you, right down the mountain where you want to go. You stab it, and then you turn around it, and that too will help your balance. Let's hit it, Jonz. Then he's off. Like, we're past the most challenging section. In a blink, he's gone. I glance over my shoulder at the avalanche fence that used to be my focus point. At soft snow by the trees, I would scope out trying to find safe places to fall. Somehow the hard of pointing down and wait forward was easier. And the easier of finding a place to fall sideways all hunched over was now hard. This is a good check-in place for a Stoic nugget. Let's just plant a flag here. Marcus Aurelius said, it was like he was up there with me, He leans over. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any time. I don't know if he was Australian. That's just how it came out when he was there. I do want to hear it again too. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Right. Not the dragon. The dragon doesn't have the power. Not the steepness of the mountain, but the height of my courage and the fire of my will, and your courage and your will. Just one good turn. Todd left, Marcus left, so I'm alone. I reach my hand out, stretching my pole out, down, leaning into where I hoped to go, and trusted my feet. I felt the dependable rush of gravity respond. And then I made one more good turn. I put down and finished off that dragon. The double turns into a single black diamond. I descend, and then it turns into a blue. The other three are out of sight. As I go through the blue run, it's different this time because even though I'm going faster, dare I say cruising, the technique and the movement slows down. I felt like a slow-mo movie scene. I see that in spite of the speed, that speed is relative. Yeah. Remember when we went over that with the Einstein's theory of relativity application? That was interesting. Even at this speed, I notice that all I'm doing here on this blue is I'm just taking it one good turn at a time, and then another. Fascinating. I catch up with the other three. We all fist bump like it was no big deal, and the boys say, "Oh, what a fun run, huh?" And I respond as I nod gratefully in Todd's direction. Absolutely. Totally fun. Like, totally. We shuffle on the lift and head back for what I know will be a rematch with the dragon. As we climb above the trees again, it's still snowing, coming down hard. As it opens up to the vast peaks and canyon views, I think about how I drafted off Todd's expertise. All the decades of experience that he has accumulated. All the shiny, tempting, materialistic distractions and alternative career paths he must have passed up along his journey so that he could courageously focus on what he truly loves, on his interests and superpowers and passions, dialed in the focus on his lane. The lift bobbed up and down, and I thought, geez, what if we all did that, in our own lane, in our own world, our own path with our own unique superpowers? That would be such a cool place. I sure hope so. I hope I do. I hope we do, because the world needs who you were meant to be. So bet on yourself today. But wait, there's more. If you haven't already, subscribe free to the Invisible World Inspo letter, which is bespoke inspiration to boost your day. A read it in a minute lift delivered right to your inbox. Click the link in the show notes, and there goes the boom.